CBS Sports Saturday continues now. Again, Brent Musburger.
Good afternoon, everybody. Plenty ahead of us here today as we have championship boxing action, the Women's National Gymnastics Championships, and, of course, the latest sports news of the day still to come. But right now, Rolando Navarrete and Bazooka Limon are nearing fight time with the WBC Super Featherweight title at stake in Las Vegas. Let's check in live with Tim Ryan on the last-minute preparations. Tim?
All right, Brent, as usual, a lot of fight people here in Las Vegas to watch this one, and many celebrities here as well. They all know that this should be a real war, a street fight, an action fight, because these are two very tough guys. Bazooka Limon is trying to win back the title he originally held by winning the vacant crown here against Ildefonso Barthelemy of Venezuela. That was after Alexis Arguello moved up in weight, and thus the vacant title opportunity. And in the 15th round, he sent Barthelemy to the floor and went on to win by a knockout, as Barthelemy had simply had enough against the assault in the final round from the tough Mexican fighter. Bazooka Limon has 33 knockouts in his 45 victories. He is considered one of the toughest punchers at 130 pounds and is trying to regain the crown that he lost to Cornelius Boza Edwards. The champion now is the man who upset Boza Edwards with a 5th round knockout here on CBS last August. Rolando Navarrete, the super featherweight champion at 130 pounds of the WBC from the Philippines, now living in Honolulu. It's all coming up, an action fight live from the Aladdin in Las Vegas. Back to you, presented by the WBC, Rafael Bazooka Limon. And coming in finally here, and the champion, meanwhile, resting on his stool in the corner to our right. Here is Bazooka Limon. As usual, there will be a number of Mexicans in the Las Vegas area, and he has a big grin for them as he enters the ring. And now let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, into the feature attraction this afternoon. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Featherweight Championship of the World. This is the main attraction. I present to you now on my right the challenger from Tlaxcala in Mexico. He wears red trunks, weighing in at 128¼ pounds. The #1 contender, former world champion Rafael Bazooka Limon. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, the defending champion from General Santos City in the Philippine Islands, wearing black trunks and yellow trim. At 129¾ pounds, the veteran WBC Super Featherweight champion with the nickname of the Guns of Navarrete, here is the champion, Rolando Navarrete.
Rolando Navarrete, known in his native Philippines as the Lion, defending his crown for the 2nd time today. He is 25 years of age, made it just under the 130 limit, has a slight height disadvantage, as you can see, 5'5½" against the taller Limon, 5'7¼ Limon in at a neat 128¼ We've been watching him train out here the last couple of weeks. He is in outstanding physical condition. He has a doctor monitoring all of his workouts, checking pulse and blood pressure and so on. And the doctor tells us that he's in the best shape of his career at the age of 29. And conditioning has been questioned. That has been questioned in the past in terms of Limon's performance, including his 15-round loss to Cornelius Boza Edwards. However, he's been in some rough, tough fights, particularly against Bobby Chacon. We'll see if he's got the legs to go with the younger tattooed champion today. And Limon comes out slugging in round 1. Limon in red, the champion in black. The referee is Joey Curtis, scoring on the 10-point must system by 3 judges at ringside. 1 from Hawaii, 1 from Mexico, and 1 from Las Vegas. And they are Tomato Tomihara, Anselmo Escobedo from Mexico, and Dave Moretti from Las Vegas.
Tim Limon came out and said to Navarrete, "Here I am, fella, let's start the fight."
I don't think there'll be any looking there. Both southpaws, as you can see, leading with the right hand. Although Limon will throw him from both sides as the action moves along. Gil, I know you were impressed with the combination of Navarrete's against Boza Edwards. Good right hand to the head by the champion Limon. Navarrete stays right there with him.
Then they've both been hit with some solid shots already in this fight. The big punch that you have to look out for, though, is Navarrete's right hook. It's a tremendous punch. He can take anybody out if he hits him clean with that punch.
Well, we saw on the tape in the pre-fight, landing that punch against Boza Edwards. First round action scheduled for 15, 130-pound championship of the World Boxing Council. We've had two action-packed fights in recent weeks here on CBS. Boom Boom Mancini winning the crown from Mark Frias. Alexis Arguello defending his title a week ago against Andy Gannigan from Hawaii. We expect the same kind of action here today.
Limon threw a couple of range finders a little south of the border, Tim. Just a little south of the border.
Limon is 45-11 with 2 draws, 33 knockouts. Navarrete, also experienced, 42 victories, 9 defeats, 3 draws, 22 knockouts. Good solid right-hand shot by Limon landed to the head of the champion. Under a minute to go, round 1. Heavy punches by Limon and a good sharp countering right from Navarrete.
That's that big right hook of Navarrete's, Tim. Devastating punch.
Navarrete defending well against those 2 punches from Limon. They did no damage. He caught them with his gloves. Watching Navarrete in training early last week. Lands 2 good punches there, and Limon tongue out at him in derision. Watching him train, he was, they felt kind of finely tuned, and he took 4 days off of sparring. This is round 2. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy, scheduled for 15 at 130 pounds. The WBC Super Featherweight Championship. The champion in black, Navarrete. The challenger in red, Limon. Some heavy punches landed by both fighters in the first round, but not non-stop sustained action. They've been doing some boxing here through that first 3 minutes.
Tim, looking at Limon, he has to win most of his fights on pure will and toughness because he does everything wrong. He punches wide and he punches with his arms. And when he does punch, he leaves himself wide open for any good, sharp counter.
Navarrete, this moment in the fight, this early going, seems to be looking to counterpunch. That's what he did in round 1, and he started that way again here in the second round. Navarrete, trained by Tony Rodriguez, managed by Paul Sakamoto. Well-known Julio Hernandez working the corner of Limon. His manager is Ricardo Maldonado.
Well, neither trainer is going to lose the fight to them, Tim. They both have experienced cornermen.
Oh, good solid counterpunch by the champion. Just as you pointed out, Limon left himself wide open for it. Now again, he's sticking his tongue out. Navarrete, these are 2 macho boys in there.
Tim, that's what I mentioned about Limon's toughness. That was Navarrete's vaunted right hook. He landed right on the button, and Limon's still standing. And taunting Navarrete. What a tough guy he is.
Second round action, live from Las Vegas. Good body shot. Counterpunch back from Navarrete. This is going to be a war of attrition, I sense. 2 strong, determined young men. Both very confident. Limon has not been too kindly in his comments about Navarrete. He calls him a second-class champion. Under a minute to go. Round 2. Toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring with body shots. Good solid body shots again from Limon that landed. A good right hand landed to the head of the champion, and another short one. Under 30 seconds to go, round 2. Left uppercut scored by Navarrete, and again Limon irritably looking back at him. Hard to stick your tongue out with a mouthpiece.
Tim, I wouldn't want to see him get hit when he's sticking his tongue out, I'll tell you that.
Final seconds of round number 2. It's been what we expected. number 3 of this WBC Super Featherweight Championship bout. 130 pounds. The champion, Rolando Navarrete, top of your screen in black. Bazooka Limon from Mexico, the challenger in red. Heavy punching in the first 2 rounds. Part of both fighters.
Tim, it's unusual to have southpaws fighting against each other for a championship of the world. You don't see that too often, you know?
No, you do not.
If there's anybody in the audience that doesn't like to watch southpaws, Tim, they can set up a mirror and look in the mirror.
I'd like to alert our local stations along the line. At the end of this round, we'll be taking a 30-second station break. Already blocking that left hand of Limon.
Limon does everything that you tell a fighter not to do, Tim. He sticks his head in there, he drops that right hand and throws it wide, leaves himself wide open. But I guess his toughness makes up for everything.
Well, in round 2, he paid for it on 2 occasions that are vivid in my memory already, where Navarrete threw right hands back over and really scored heavily, but Limon just stood there and grinned back at him. We saw his toughness against Boza Edwards. He got up off the floor, went the full distance, even though he lost the fight. He was throwing heavily at the end. Navarrete appears to snap his jab a little better, and Limon just kind of sticks his out there and tries to land the big one behind it.
And Navarrete throws correct punches, and again, Limon is what we call an arm puncher. He swings. Navarrete does snap his punches.
Swung that one and glanced off the shoulder of the champion. Rolando Navarrete has defended his crown once against Chung-Il Choi. Had to get off the floor to win that fight, stopping Choi in the 11th round. An unknown young Korean with just 12 fights gave him quite a battle. Under a minute to go in round 3. A little blood on the bridge of the nose of the challenger Limon. Not sure whether it's from the nostril or not. We'll try and get a closer look. Left uppercut lead. Limon pulling back from the counter punches of Navarrete, and he lands a good solid uppercut, does the champion. Under 30 seconds to go, round 3. Solid left scored by Limon. We'll be back with more championship boxing after this word from your local station.
Well, here you see a wide punch from Limon, and he pays for it by a snapping right hook and a straight left hand from Navarrete.
That punch from Limon landed right on the belt buckle, and we expected to see some of those kinds of punches. So far, it's been a relatively clean fight for 2 guys with bad reps.
Tim, I told you they were two gentlemen.
Round 4 coming up. Limon, the challenger in red. Navarrete, the champion in black. Blocking that wild right hand from Limon. Limon misses with the left and then scores with the right. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from Las Vegas.
Big exchange there, Tim. They wobbled each other.
2 good body shots by the champion. Solid right hand to the chin of Limon, the challenger, and he hangs on. First time he's grabbed in this fight.
He was shook, Tim. He was hurt. And Navarrete knows he hurt him.
Short left hand by the champion, not much damage. Now Limon again derisively pointing his chin forward to Navarrete, trying to convince the champion that he was not hurt, but he was shook. He was shaken also.
Okay, Tim. Any way you want it.
We'd like to alert our local stations along the line. At the end of this round, another 30-second station break upcoming.
Tim, Navarrete does everything better than Limon. He's a much better technical boxer, but Limon could possibly out-hustle him. Every round, Limon is the guy that's throwing most of the punches, and it depends on how the judge looks at a fight.
Left-hand body shot by Navarrete. Didn't follow up on it, however.
He's throwing one at a time, and then when Limon unloads, he'll unload 6 or 7 at a time. That could make a difference in the scoring.
Left hand landed by the challenger. That one blocked. off the effects of that good solid punch. Takes another one and backs him up.
Then that's that big right hook. Hit him right on the chin. Didn't shake him. He's got a chin of iron, this Limon.
Under a minute to go, round 4, scheduled for 15. Champion, lucky to be here, was in an auto accident a couple of months ago. Car was totaled, and he wasn't hurt at all. Has been bothered with a little bit of a shoulder injury suffered in sparring. Good, solid left to the body from Navarrete. Limon so far showing he is in shape.
South of the border, Tim. A big one by Limon south of the border.
Another right hand hook by Navarrete scores. And they go toe-to-toe here in this 4th round. Less than 30 seconds to go. Limon in red, the champion Navarrete in black. We approach the end of this 4th round. We'll be back with more championship boxing after this word from your local station. We're looking at some action now from round 4. You'll see the champion Navarrete boring in and backing up Limon. There's a solid right hand and a good left. Good combination by the champion Navarrete. Good round for him. And later in that same round, a solid right hand that nearly knocked Limon down, but he maintained his balance. So far has indicated that he is in superb condition. We're back live now from the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas, round 5. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy. Navarrete in black at the top of your screen. Limon, the challenger, in red. 130 pounds. The weight, the super featherweight, the WBA calls it junior lightweight, and now we see a little shuffle here from the champion Navarrete, whether that's for himself to get himself going or to try and psych out the challenger. We're not sure.
Well, you have to remember that Muhammad Ali fought in the Philippines, Tim. He probably watched him one day, and he's trying it out now. It's not the right time to try that kind of stuff out.
He scored a right hook coming in. Limon missed with his wild swing. Close fight as we see it so far. And if that blood was from the nose of Limon, it has not proved to be any kind of a problem for him yet.
It's amazing. Yeah, he's a... Thank you.
You talking to our producer, Gil?
Yes. I talk to myself sometimes.
What were you talking to him about?
When you get old, Tim, that's what happens. You start talking to yourself.
Early happy birthday to our Gil Clancy, who celebrates one tomorrow, and I'm not giving the count. Halfway through round number 5. As we see it, we have Rolando Navarrete slightly ahead. This early going through 4 rounds. Navarrete again bouncing around, doing his Ali. Pretty good imitation. Under a minute to go in the 5th round. And he scored a solid right hand. He scored the whole thing. Landed a good right hand. And another solid left. And another right.
The right hook of Navarrete's been the big difference in this fight, Tim.
Now listen, Limon says, come on, let's fight. Cut out the nonsense. Well, it worked for Navarrete. He threw in Limon and landed 2 or 3 solid punches in a row. Already. Great confidence, but they both have shown that. Under 30 seconds remaining, round 5.
Okay, and let's box.
For Limon to win this fight, Tim, he has to go back to that non-stop attack and take chances.
Navarrete lands a right hand again in the final seconds of this 5th round. Live from Las Vegas. 2 tough young men.